my 30/M girlfirend 29/F still chats and meets with her FWBs. The situation is that my girlfriend that I have been seeing for short period of time has best friends M/F couple from way back that she has been close with for much longer than with me. When she was single she had sex with them as threesome and also just with a guy. She says that it was just out of curiosity to try new things, which I understand quite well. The thing is that they are her best friends, they talk privately, they have group convos that I'm not allowed to see, they hang out together, they also hang out with me among them. It bothers me quite a lot the fact that they hang out together and have private chat. It shouldn't, but it does. I feel, on one hand, bad that it does bother me, but on the other hand I think it is normal that it is an issue for me. Actually it would be much more easier for me to accept, but she kept lying about it. At first I felt that there was something more between them, then it came out that they actually did have something, then she told that there was no sex, and it was always only the three of them, not her and him, just between the two of them. And so just bit by bit the things started to come out, and every time I felt that she told me just enough to cover off this one lie that came out. This really hurt the trust between us. Now this private chat came up, which I choose to ignore previously, and I'm not sure if I should tell her to show me what they are chatting about in private. There is a part of me that wants to, but I don't know if I should. And I have no one to talk to about it, so I have no one to ask advice from. I would appreciate if someone could tell something if they have been in similar situation, or if you have any advice on what I should do, so I would be able to not make a big deal out of it. Thank you. Dude, I would have told you that it's an unfortunate circumstance that required a lot of communication to feel good in the relationship. But all that lying makes it quite a huge dilemma, and probably would have been a deal breaker already for me. You are quite right. I feel that is unfortunate circumstance, and it needs a lot of communication. Every lie has a reason, and I would not like to jump into conclusions about it, but I do feel that if I catch her from another lie, I would have to give up. If you can't trust her, you can't date her. The friendship is okay. Being dishonest and creating a level of mistrust and resentment is not. She should not have lied about it. What are you even thinking about? She spends time with them alone. She takes care that you never know what they are talking about. She lies to you and just lets you know something when she got caught. Like you mentioned, she only tells you so much that she can make sure that you don't break up with her. If their chats and meetings would be so harmless, why then hide it from you? Think twice if you really want to find out more. It will very likely put you in pain and let you suffer. Make a decision on the things you already know. That is more than enough to make a decision. Is that the behavior of the woman you want by your side? Leave this relationship. Not worth your time. She should tell you from the beginning about the type of relation that they have. She show no respect. Trickle truth, I think it's called. She is obviously still sleeping with them. She only tells you so much to string you along and keep you around. Me personally, I won't hang out with someone I used to fool with or be with out of respect for my GF, so she won't have insecurities. I expect the same in return. Yep, her behavior born from an apparent need to protect them and her rather than op should be a clear indicator of where her loyalty lies. Plus, this has dirty written all over it. Opus. Just stop now before you develop traumas related to this threeplex insanity. You can't trust that she will ever get over it. She's not over them. And you alone will never be enough to cover all the bases that to can. Edit, clarity and grammar. They have group convos that I'm not allowed to see. This world vended it for me, man. Let me give you an old married guy tip. Don't date people that have their exes actively part of their life. Even if it's all on the up and up, which clearly isn't the case here. It's still a hell of a lot of drama that you just don't need in your life. It's one thing to text them once in a while, to say hi and check in, or whatever, or say hi when you bump into them. But it's entirely another if they still are highly active in their life, and therefore in your relationship. Second that. Wake up. Back up. That I have been seeing for short period of time. Maybe you keep it that way. Sounds like she's not for you. If your gut is telling you that something is wrong here, then most likely there is something wrong going on here. The fact that she can't be open to you about their conversations and all the constant lies are a bunch of red flags. Sit down with her and talk to her and let her know that you are not liking how things are going at the moment. Despite what she says, you are not being possessive or jealous. Any guy or girl would do the same if they found their partner being sus like this. Think about the worst outcome that may come out of this and then confront her about it. Honestly, sounds like a very exhausting relationship. You must have a very strong mental willingness to be in this kind of relationship. UHH. Incestuous friendship with a couple she used to have threesomes with and sex with the dude, and she still hangs out with them alone. She is secretive about communication with them and trickle truth to you about the whole situation. You should probably duck out of that relationship before her behavior drives you insane and she attempts to paint you as controlling for wanting her to have firmer boundaries with these people. Her behavior has already diminished your trust in her. She wasn't upfront about the whole situation at first because she knows damn well most guys would not be okay with her sketchy behavior. It's really too early in the relationship for you to be hand-wringing about lost trust. So don't fall back on the sunk cost fallacy too much. Cut your losses. Dump her and move on to someone else who doesn't act so sketchy. Lol. She is probably ducking them right now. Ugh. People need to stop messing around with their friends like it's no big deal. There's a reason you don't shit where you eat. Now she isn't just having a private chat with her friends. It's a private chat with her allegedly former lovers. There are different rules for that. Dump her, dude. If she was taking you seriously and making the relationship a priority, she wouldn't be willing to endanger it with private chats with old flames. Go find a new GF. That one is broken. If you ever have a big fight with her, she will be over there getting consoled faster than you can say greasy love pile. Apostrophe. They have group convos that I'm not allowed to see. Large red warning device #1. And so just bit by bit the things started to come out. Large red warning device #2. But she kept lying about it. Apostrophe. Large red warning device #3. If this were baseball, she'd be out. But you are the umpire. Opus. Hey dude, here's the truth. You tell her it's either them or you. You think they're just sat watching TV all day alone together? No, sorry to break it to you. Tell her to stop seeing them, give her a reason why, and if she's not willing to, dump her. If I were you, would check her phone to see if you have already been cheated up. Just seems a bit suspect. The lies, seeing them and so on. You are the beta bucks, dude. This isn't a relationship. She is just using you as a backup plan and hoping one of these other guys will pan out. Didn't think I'd see PPD/TRP stuff here, lol. But like true. You can find better. Just move on. Hard no on this whole thing, bro. Just tell her that her being so close to people she's had a sexual past with isn't something you can be cool with. You also know they have a long history, so you don't expect her to stop seeing them for you. So you're just going to bounce. She's gonna have a hard time finding a regular guy who's cool with this scenario. Either bail out, or don't expect anything more than sex and casual fun out of her. She isn't keeper material, unless you're into swinging. Your girlfriend is keeping things from you, and won't include you. That should be brought to realize that you aren't as important to her as they are. The way she is with them sounds like you never will be more important to her than them. She lied to cover the truth of her activities with them. She will lie to you again. Just tell her you want in on the action with her friends too. Should set the tone for a nice conversation. Dude, you're the fourth wheel. You deserve better. This doesn't seem right. You shoulder already bounced. Streets. Dude, you are in an open relationship. Or rather, she is in an open polyamory relationship and you are in a monogamy relationship. That would be a deal breaker for me, as I want my girlfriend to be my best friend. Sure, she can have friends, but conversations you aren't allowed to participate in. WTF, dude. I would ghost her without even telling her why. She knows why. Damn man. She meets and chats with her threesome friends and you are not privileged to the conversations. They are most likely still having threesomes. However, if they aren't, I would still dump her. Why would you have a promiscuous, untrusting girlfriend as your so? She is not relationship material. Where do you people find these gems? You can do better. Good luck. How is your sex and/or romantic life? She was curious about trying new things and she obviously liked it. I'm not sure why she decided to go into a relationship with someone while clearly continuing to fulfill her curiosities. The lies are significant and the fact she reveled them in pieces is also worrisome. There is definitely some naughty talking going on those private chats. Good luck. One thing I've learned. If it bothers you then there's definitely good reason for it and you shouldn't ignore it. Most people would definitely be uncomfortable with this situation. But the fact that she kept lying about it makes this choice easy. You should leave this relationship. Red flags galore. Please leave. This is very toxic. If she lies or hides things in regards to these people, that is a bad sign. I'm thinking this may not be worth the headache. I misread chats as cheats. Not much of a misreading at all. Private chats with former lol duck buddies that you're not allowed to see. I'd be out the door yesterday. The problem is the lying. I'm sure it would be uncomfortable anyway. But after the trickle truth, you now know she's willing to lie to you. So she can do what she wants and have you be okay with it. What else is she willing to lie about? Dude, you need to remove yourself from this situation. All the lies and excluding you from their groups just throws red flag after red flag up. If you force her hand and there's nothing there, you turn into the bad guy. If there is something there you would, hopefully, break up. There is no good option at this point because she clearly doesn't want to build a long-lasting relationship with you. If she did, she wouldn't lie about this kind of stuff at every opportunity. The problem isn't you. Your feelings are justified. I would have already told her to show me the conversations or I'm gone. The only reason she doesn't show you is there's something in them you won't like. Well, you know that something shady is still going on. Else no need for secrecy. She is lying. If she can't include you with people who are her best friends then they are still ducking. Cut your losses and get away before it gets worse. I think they are still hooking up. If she was honest from their start, nothing to worry about if you can all be adults about it. But she hid it, which is worrying. I would have a hard time trusting her. Who won't? Awful girlfriend material. She is trickle truthing you to try and manipulate you into being okay with her sleeping with them. I wouldn't recommend staying in the relationship as there is no trust and she is lying. If monogamy is something you prefer, you should voice it to her and see if she respects your decision. If she doesn't, well my friend you know what to do. I think she is well aware they are in a monogamous relationship and monogamy. Otherwise she would have had absolutely no reason to lie and trickle out the truth as she is caught in those lies. Let's not try to diminish what is going on in this situation by implying she is somehow unaware that he wants to be monogamous. This is something that doesn't even need to be said. She belongs to the streets. Tell her to hit the street. Keep walking and don't stop until she reaches the home for wayward thoughts she spent her time before you came along. And so just bit by bit the things started to come out, and every time I felt that she told me just enough to cover off this one lie that came out. Look up trickle truth. Deceitful people aka cheaters love doing shit like this. This is a huggy red flag. Bigger than a Chinese flag in Beijing. I personally stay away from people who are friends with their ex-flings. Leave while you can. I used to be in your GF position. The one person who slept with their best friends and others, exploring sexuality and my options out there. I'm fortunate enough to have a current partner who was also doing the same thing before we got together, and let me just say, sometimes there are messages between me and my FWB where we joke about sleeping again. But will not. We both have our respected partners who we love and trust. I would never sleep with my former FWB, but we are still good friends. Because I got into a relationship with my partner. Your GF is the same. Here's what I suggest. Try to get involved with your GF's friends and get to know them. Talk with your GF and explain that you feel unsure about her motives and why she slept with them. I have lifelong friends who were once my FWBs, but no longer. If you feel uncomfortable with her former sex life and current choices of friends, then maybe she isn't for you, man. I would never sleep with my former FWB, but we are still good friends. because I got into a relationship with my partner. Your GF is the same. Don't do this unless you are the girlfriend. There are just as many people who don't stop exploring their sexuality just because they get into a relationship as there are people who understand that monogamous relationship means time for exploration is over. Ethical exploration on the girlfriend's part would imply that she should have felt absolutely no need to lie about the nature of her past relationship with this couple. Yet she has lied multiple times and only confesses to things when she is caught. That is not indicative of someone who explored their sexuality in the past, but is currently completely faithful. Also, he has tried to hang out with them, and he is uncomfortable while with them. The way he worded it makes it sound like they treat him like a third wheel instead of her respected partner. They also hang out with me among them. I don't think she is for him either. However, it's not because he can't handle her having platonic relationships with people she has previously had sex with. It's because everything about the way she has gone about things is suspicious and gives off the impression she could still be intimate with them. Do you watch porn? Follow models online? This is her version of doing that, so just work on your insecurities or find another girlfriend. What? That doesn't make any sense in any kind of way, even if the point wasn't her lying to him. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.